get over here. I'm gonna shoot it at this. And we're
Okay.
gonna clap when it explodes.
All right, bet.
Ready?
Yep. Bro, that that shit was like on my screen for one frame, and I was like, where to go?
All right. Quality start to the podcast.
Absolutely, we're totally experienced in podcasting and recording shit.
Oh yeah. I've edited podcasts before, but I have been on one podcast, and it was a production based thing. It was just kind of like a bunch of us nerds talking about what we were doing currently, and just some of the things of like how we came to be like in the production industry and all that stuff. So I have done that, but that was a guest. I've never actually hosted, but hey,
Fair
first time
enough.
for everything. So yeah, this is the Terminally Online podcast, which I feel like we should explain a little bit of like why we're calling it that, which you should do the honors of talking about that, because you had was it a class or a report or something for that?
No. I look. There's this company that was called MMO Bomb or something like that, right? That does like video game news on like MMOs and RPGs. And I tried to
Okay.
apply to them, right, as like a sort of game news guy, just somebody who just kind of looks at things in the gaming industry and whatnot. And they have their own podcast. I don't know what it was called, but just as a shit post, I called it the Terminally Online Podcast because that's what MMOs are. It's a bunch of people are online a lot of the time to grind out shit. So
Oh
I just
yeah.
so what
Any and all MMOs are just purely just grind fests.
yeah. So when I explained it to LZ, when I explained it to you, fucking, I'm out here talking like we're both in the third person. Um, when I explained it to you, I had I really just ramped to my death. I called it a Terminally Online Podcast, and we were both like, "Yo, that shit is a bomb ass title."
It is.
Yeah, and then
Because I mean, I feel like people, like, even if they don't have any reference to like even the gaming industry, like feeling terminally online these days is just something that everyone feels,
yeah, it's a very common
like,
thing nowadays,
in
just
very
because
different capacities.
yeah, and a lot of that is just because of like how much social media kind of ties up the entire world at this point. Where
Yeah.
did
Well,
that
yeah, that's the most common denominator, that's for sure.
where did that wyvern
Everyone is
come
online.
from? I just threw the entire kitchen sink at that thing.
Here, let me throw my kitchen sink. But yeah, so that's the idea, is just we're gonna talk about some of the stuff that we're up to as far as being terminally online, which the big one right now is the game that you're watching, which is Destiny 2 Lightfall, because that came out exactly, what was it, a week and 4 days from today. It was last Tuesday.
It
We're
was
recording
last
this on
Tuesday.
Friday. So I have not nearly leaned enough into this as much as I wanted to. Like, I did legendary campaign on one character so far. I know some people that have done it on all three, and they've done all this different side quests. I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do you even live like this? But what just happened to that rocket? That was weird. Yeah, Destiny 2 Lightfall. Thoughts as I fall to
Um,
my death.
well, from what I could gather out of like the general community, is the consensus is story bad, gameplay good.
Yeah, I feel like now that we have the raid coming out today, and even just seeing that opening cutscene, they're kind of identifying like like it doesn't feel like we're as clueless as the characters in the game. Like, Osiris actually asked, like, where the heck did the witness go?
Well,
You know?
yeah, but that I feel like that's just a question literally everyone has. There's what
All right, but like when we talked to Zavala and Ikora and them, like they were just like, travelers defeated or whatever.
the
Like, they didn't
travel.
like actually say like, we're confused, like what the heck is going on, we're all still here. Like, I didn't get that when I heard those dialogues.
Yeah, I feel like
It almost felt like it almost felt like the wrong dialogue. Like that feels like it should have been like in the final shape or something like that, and just be like,
yeah,
yeah, it's legit like dead. It's out of the sky, like it's no longer there.
Yeah, that's where a lot of this weird sort of, I guess, controversy about Lightfall, I guess, sparked up was when we first heard the name Lightfall, we saw uh what looked like a blacked out traveler with a pyramid in front of it, right?
Right.
And then it
Yeah,
somehow
like we saw
changed.
some like legit like damage being done to the traveler.
Well, we were estimating that, right? And then
Yeah.
a few months later during Witch Queen, we get this insane neon vaporwave sort of aesthetic thrown at us, and we're just like,
Where did this come from?
yeah, we were kind of like, and this is where I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I was right this entire damn time. I told Owl nonstop. I told Owl nonstop. I told literally every single one of my friends nonstop that this is Bungie developing a freaking expansion. Okay, do not get your hopes up. But everyone was too busy looking at this through rose tinted glasses because of grappling hooks.
Yeah. Well, there was so much hype over the fact that we were getting another new subclass, which is completely valid hype because that is at least so far the biggest sell of the expansion.
Yeah, like I was. Don't get me wrong. I was insanely excited for new subclasses and stuff. Like Warlocks now have probably the highest damage burst super in the game now.
Wait, did they take it away from Blade?
Uh,
Has that
Hunters
been confirmed?
Hunters got Hunters got Strand Super nerfed to hell and back. So
Well, no, but Blade Barrage was the highest
no,
damage one, right? Because of what
because
is
of
it?
Star Eater
The
scales.
Hunter. Yes, thank you, Star Eater scales.
Well, yeah, but now literally Warlock Needlestorm with no other exotics to try and enhance it is actually like more damage than Blade Barrage, and there's one reason why. So the reason why is because the Hunter Needlestorm super will generate threadlings, which
Okay.
do extra damage after the super is completed, and they still count as super projectiles. So if the threadlings get kills while you have power preservation, guess what? That's more orbs.
Okay, so it's a more it definitely gives better return as far as being able to spam your super.
Yeah, that is if you could stay alive long enough to actually get it, because I just got yeeted off the map by a wyvern.
Right. Oh, you're playing Warlock now? Because
Yeah,
your first completion was on Hunter, correct?
yeah. Completed the legendary campaign, got all the strand aspects, did every side quest post
See,
campaign.
that's how I know I'm behind is because I definitely do not have all of the aspects.
Yeah,
Which I still really hate that you have to buy them for each character.
yeah. That honestly, that annoyed me because when we were doing it on stasis, right? You didn't have to
Yeah.
do that. Everyone had a problem with the fact that you had to do these like annoying quests to unlock them, sure, but we didn't have to, spend 5 years um,
Just open
upgrading them for
world.
each one.
Actually, can you get meditations from other activities?
You get meditations from literally anywhere in the soul system by just attacking or like killing things with strand or afflicting things with strand debuffs.
Okay.
Prob-
Well, that's not terrible. I really
well,
haven't done too much like just strike grinding or anything lately,
there's
so
there's
I wasn't sure about that.
there's one problem with that. One big key caveat: the things that
Okay.
do drop strand meditations only drop them one at a time.
Oh, so it can't like bunch into like a group of like 5 or something like that. Like so it's literally
No,
just
no.
one, 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 one,
It's
one,
it
one.
yeah. Even if you're that lucky to get them to drop one after the other like that, yeah, it will only drop like that.
That's rough.
Yeah. So what people have found out is like the best way to farm strand meditations and such is kind of the same way you farm power in general in Yamuna now, and it's to go to the um, terminal override zone, which right now is Ahimsa
Yes.
Park, and then do terminal override, but also juggle doing patrols as well.
Okay. And Zephyr Concourse is still the Vex incursion zone, right?
Yes, I think Vex
Dude.
incursion zones change weekly. Terminal overrides are monthly, or not monthly, daily. Good grief! Can you
Hmm.
imagine if something cycled monthly?
Yeah, I don't think they have enough
If something
enough
took you,
content for that.
if something took you a month to complete, bro, oh my gosh, that better be like triple
That's like
pinnacle.
that's like gotcha game level.
It's like quadruple pinnacle rewards, bro. Holy crap! That ought to give you a full set of gear.
Man. I don't want to harken too much on this, but I'm still like trying to find strand sources, and like I don't know if my game is bugged or something like that, but I just can't get past this Maelstrom quest. So I'm
Oh,
annoyed by that, but
what?
it is what it is.
Where is the strands? Like, where does it say? Is it at the Vex incursion zone or at the
Yeah,
terminal override?
it's Vex incursion. So I have
Oh,
like the area defended, I'm at like halfway, but like strand sources, I'm still at 0 of 2 because I just do not see any like anywhere ever.
I'll be honest with you. I do not know where these things hide.
Yeah, no, I literally looked it up and I found a Reddit post and I looked at all the places where it's the Reddit post said they were, and I was like, I was like literally at each place for like an hour waiting for one to just spawn in and it just didn't work. But all that said, yeah, Destiny, it still, a really fun game, but man, it has its caveats sometimes.
it is in one of those really big rough patches at the moment. That's what it is. That's what this is.
This is like not as bad as Cyberpunk Edge Runners, but at the same time, I feel like we kind of blow things up to be that bad.
Well, I mean, that's what Destiny 2 players do professionally. They just complain about Destiny.
Right, yeah. Whether it's simple balancing or if it's, you know,
We want
literally
Worldline
design
Zero
aspects.
skating back.
Dude, I remember eager edge skating in like its prime, and I actually kind of missed that. I hated it because I couldn't figure out how to do it, but that was fun to watch people do.
People have found out Warlock Super allows them to actually like eager edge skate through invisible barriers now.
I just got a terminal over low key. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that happens. I think I still have like 3 or 4 of those that I could just use, but I don't want to grind out terminal overload without you because I swear to God, trying to do that solo is actually like impossible.
Oh no, it's pain. Like until you actually find a couple other people, then yeah, it's booty cheeks. Um I feel like we got like way down in the rabbit hole of Destiny. But I do want to make sure that we're kind of giving an overview. We're not like just these random floating head people for
That
the
is fair.
podcast.
Well, I mean,
So
I think it's better for us to like actually make sure that we're the ones playing this game when people watch it,
true.
because then we're gonna start looking like the dang TikTok people that just steal gameplay from other people and slap their
That
voices on it.
dude, that's entirely we should talk about that though. Like, holy crap. I will know like if my videos ever get to the point of like audio being written over someone else's game, I know I've made it at that point basically.
Honestly, yeah, that's
Like
how
it's
you
such
know
a
you're
weird thing of
funny.
like I'll hate it, but at the same time I'll be like, huh,
We're funny.
I'm I am funny enough that people steal my content. Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's how you gotta look at things sometimes, bro. You just gotta have that positivity. Um,
Yeah.
like
But
everyone's
man, my gosh. Here, let's do this really fast. Give me like the 1 minute overview of like who you is. Like
who
as
I
far as
is.
like,
Uh,
like I don't know, stage of life, like what your main like games are, like what's your connection, like just internet, like everything.
epileptic jackass in college for creative writing, and my main games are Destiny 2 and Monster Hunter Rise, even though I haven't played Monster Hunter Rise in probably months now because I've been distracted by other friends goofing off in Roblox.
What a weird like what a weird thing to be sidetracked by from from Monster Hunter to Roblox.
What can I say, man? I sometimes I get bored, and the best way to deal with that boredom isn't to bully AI, but to bully children.
Right. So, but you also do a lot of D&D stuff. So
Yeah, I
I
do
want to make
play.
sure that's kind of known
Yeah,
because I feel like that's a big thing for some of your interactions, especially on our server that we're on together. Like
yeah, Owl and them.
that's a huge piece. Even though I don't have a dedicated D&D channel or anything, just because I haven't never been like super interested in it, you guys take it, take it to the nines.
Yeah. Well, so D&D has a number of different weird ways that it can work. Me and Al and the others play via voice chat, right?
Yeah.
And bro, I could do an entire college lecture on how D&D works, right?
Oh, I
Uh,
don't doubt it.
yeah, if you want me to just do that for an entire podcast episode, feel free to let me know ahead of time. I will go off. Um, when it comes to D&D, I'd say probably just I'm a warlock main. Like I just find it funny that you can become homies with an otherworldly creature and they give you powers.
Wait, what did I just do?
What do you mean? What'd you just do?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just got like a triangulating transmission location receiving a slight ping, and I don't know what it is.
Well, just run around till you got like till you get it to like receiving like a high ping or whatever. Because I think I've seen this before. It's like a weird secret chest thing.
Oh, okay. It's just a chest, dude. I'm sorry. It was just like all of a sudden I started something, and then all of a sudden it just like died.
Oh, all right.
Anyways, okay, cool. Well, yeah, that is Mr. Scruffy Scrub for you. I don't
Scruffy
even know how
Scrub,
there's
aka dyslexic text to speech, aka epileptic strobe light.
all of the names over the years, which always harken back to some physical ailments, because we are all broken individuals.
I mean,
Um,
I just find it funny. I just find it funny.
it is quite quality. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess I'll say for myself, LZRBEATS, otherwise short name just LZ. Main game right now is Destiny 2. This is kind of like how I found people, is basically I moved from my hometown to where I am currently in Tennessee, and I moved by myself. So the instant thing that I did was I went on Discord, found some people that were just as stupid as I am, and these are the guys that have stuck around. So,
These are the
you
guys, the
know.
one dude in the.
Well,
I'm
we'll
sure we'll
bring some
have.
guests along,
Yeah, I'm sure
but
we'll have
like,
like Doug and them come in for guest stuff.
totally. And, the rest of like the group of us that got, we
Yeah.
found each other on a server who we will not name right now.
I mean, if Nogla and Terrorizer were willing to make jokes about it, I feel like we should be allowed to make jokes about it.
That's true. Yeah. So, we met during the hype of Minecraft, and it was also during the hype of Minilad on Minecraft, which, if y'all can, Google the story or whatever, that did not turn out super well. Yay. Oh man, I don't even know what else to say about that. But yeah, that's who we are, and we're just like, you know what? Let's make a fucking podcast. That's the basic origin story of this. About over. Back to Destiny. Or back to whatever fucking topic you want to talk about. But I feel like Destiny's kind of the hot topic right now. Have you watched any of the raid? Oh, I think Scruffy has departed again.
My bad. My bad. So, long story short, I get hit with a very difficult math problem mid podcast. I should have just stayed at my house. I should not have gone to my grandma's, bro.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, I literally got to like the part where I said Mini Lad is a pedophile, and all of a sudden just silence, and I was like, oh god.
Oh God, did I
Did I
say the wrong
did I
thing?
s- did I say something wrong? Like, did I not like introduce this right?
Well, look, we maybe it would have been better if you kind of gave the backstory on how we all ran into each other, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, I kind of said, like, hey, it was the height of Minecraft, and we met on his server, and we peeled off pretty freaking fast. Like, it was one of those things, like, a lot of people that hosted servers back then, they had a lot of broken servers.
Well, not just
So,
that, but me and Saint proceeded to also declare war on the furries in his Discord. You probably don't
what was.
remember this story, but this was something to play Sabaton to, my guy. Holy crap!
Wait,
So
was this during, like, before
this
Chill
was
Corner was
right.
made?
This was while Chill Corner existed, but this was like before Mini got outed, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was, yeah, we are like, me and Saint were both getting a lot of our memes from his memes channel, right?
Okay.
And for some obscure reason, there's like a group of furries just sitting in there that love to post crop, furry, paraphernalia images. Hey, how about that? That's family
Uh,
friendly, isn't it?
perfect.
Um, and it wasn't just me and Saint that were annoyed by this too. There were other people in the server. Like one of them was like in the server for probably months, right? And
Yeah.
the guy was like sort of not he wasn't mod, but homie was acting like one of the few people that were keeping order in the place, right?
Right. Just trying to, like, make human sense of things.
Yeah. So so one day Saint and I just kind of get fed up with it, right? And I start saying I think we should declare war on the furries. Just I'd like as a shit post, right? Casual jokes. Saint goes all in though. He went 100% in. Like this man went 120% in. He immediately just started posting videos of Warhammer 40k people stomping on like pony heads and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it was cursed. It was cursed. Um, and this like racked the entire server with some discourse that I'm almost certain Minilad did not see because he does not pay attention to shit.
I would
Uh,
say, yeah. I think he was a little too busy with something else.
yeah, and his horrible mental state. Anyway, um, but yeah. So what happened was, like I get off and I leave to basically just make a martyr of myself for the server, right? For just for
Yeah.
shits and gigs. And when I come back, right later on, lo and behold, it turns out that one of the admins that were actually like fighting against Saint and everyone else that were like against the furries, quote unquote, it was more so
Yeah.
just people that got fed up with the images. Um, one of the like the whole furry group that would usually sit in VC was like in cahoots with with that mod, right?
Oh,
Oh yeah, so they'd go in VC complain.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, they'd go in VC complain to that very moderator, right? And that moderator would just no questions asked freaking annihilate whoever with the banhammer, right?
Huh.
And so when it was all kind of outed and whatnot, that moderator got demoted, and the dude who was actually like keeping the peace and whatnot, right? That guy got promoted.
Huh.
Yeah,
So you did some good in that server before it absolutely went to shit.
yeah, and I think that guy actually also left the server in the whole exodus against Minilad. So whoever you were, I can't remember your Discord tag, but you're based as hell.
You're a real one.
That's really all I could say.
So yeah, we're bonded in our little friend group because of many odd fucking things. That is for sure.
Yep.
But once again, another another really great example of terminally online, because some shit like this just wouldn't happen
If
if
we
we weren't just like fucking glued.
We would not,
to
dude. We wouldn't have like half the stories we do have if like humanity wasn't starting to develop neck spikes to fix the center of balance in our fucking skulls because we're too busy looking at our phones. I'm not joking, bro. That's actually a thing that's happening, right?
oh yeah,
This is the first case of human evolution that we have seen in centuries, right? My
oh
grandma,
yeah.
my grandma straight
I,
up says, my grandma straight up says, kids are starting to grow devil horns, and I'm sitting here like, what the hell are you talking about? And I look it up. I said, Grandma, those aren't horns. Those are neck spikes. They're like coming out the bottom of the back of your head so that you could like fix your center of balance. Everyone's looking at their phones. Everyone's looking down.
which is just terrifying to think about.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
theoretically speaking, we could be adapting, I don't know, better arm endurance so that we could actually hold our phones to be eye level, but you know, whatever.
we're too lazy for that.
Exactly.
Oh man. Well, yeah. Man, I really don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, we kind of talked about Destiny. We talked about our friend group. Let's see here. I'd say let's just try looking at recent news. Hey.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen anything about the raid? Because I did try to bring that up at one point. Have you watched any of the?
Uh, no, but I saw that like a couple hours ago, people were kind of just exploding that. I don't remember the name of the guy that's been having a streak, right? I know it's Team Elysium that's been having a streak of world's first completions and whatnot, but apparently they didn't get the dub.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that Datto didn't either,
Well, of
which
course.
everyone was a little disappointed about.
I mean, it's Datto though. Anyway, according to people in the community and just like news journalists or whatever,
Yeah.
it was Rowan XD and his team. I don't know like all the names, but massive. That is an enormous W for these guys because like this is like them not only like breaking like one streak, but they're also maintaining another by making sure Datto didn't win. So massive dubs, massive dubs.
Big massive dubs. I want to see if we can get a team together to do at least the competition challenge first 48 hours. I don't know if anyone
Uh,
else really wants to do that, but
shit.
I can't imagine if people
LZ.
got it that done that fast that it's like going to be too hard.
Oh no.
What?
There was a strand source right here, bro.
Wait, what?
There was a strand source up here, and it disappeared.
Are you kidding me? Am I just in the wrong place at the wrong time every time?
Kind of. So the way you tell if there's a strand source near you is if the borders of your screen start turning green.
Wait, that happens?
Yes, that's how you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Well,
man, I am sorry about that.
we
I
are not
probably,
ending this podcast until I get one strand source.
I probably should have cut you off. I'm gonna be real. I probably should have cut you off and just say, hey, yo, strand source.
Yes. 100%. This is also very typical. Oh my gosh. I never said I will go on for the first podcast episode to say this. I'm not good at games. I'm not at all. But I
Don't
love playing them.
don't act like
But
I'm good. Hold up for the recording. Look at the play. Look at my player card, bro.
hold on, let me pull this up. Gotta pull this. Cause what, you got 219, you're still a veteran.
Look at that 2%. What do you think that is?
Bro. Wait, can I see that more if I inspect your Guardian?
I have no idea.
Oh, there it is. Commendations. Details. What is this? Playmaker? An unstoppable force. Led the offense for the team.
Dude, I'm not joking. That 2% on my player card is my win loss.
I love how your majority of commendations are Joybringer. That
Well, yeah.
is that is the best.
That it's just because of my funny name, bro.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Yeah, no, I literally haven't done any. I don't even know if I have any commendations yet.
Well, as long as you've done like match made activities, strikes, gambit, crucible. I
How do I
think
get over to that again? Oh yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so
raids also have them.
I have a little bit. I have one of each of my commendations that I like that I've gotten so far.
Damn.
That's crazy, dog. Somehow I got leadership ones. That don't make no sense.
Well, I mean, you do play Titan, and Titans seem to be like the leader type of character.
Hey man, I just got a shield. That's all I got. Oh man. Man, I had the topic of power scaling, but I think honestly we're all kind of past that.
I mean, I could go into power scaling. Dude, I could really go into this. This is such a mess, but yeah, okay. And
I don't
this
know. I mean,
it'll allow
I
me
think
to.
when I wrote that, I was talking about like the legendary campaign specifically, like just how that
Oh,
stuff was working out.
okay.
But maybe there was something else with that.
Well, I mean, I was talking to you back when we first thought of this idea because I had the whole shit post about like how Sora and Kingdom Hearts could scale to Destiny shit.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember why that's a note now.
yeah.
I tried
This
to come
is
prepared, okay? I tried.
that's fair. So the whole shtick with that was basically being able to wield a Keyblade sort of insinuates some level of paracausality. Not exactly the Traveler or the Darkness, but um, there is light and dark shit in Kingdom Hearts, so something akin to it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. There's there's a parallel. It's not the exact, but it's parallel.
Yeah. Um, and because of how things like diving into sleeping worlds work in KH3D, or how basically Sora legit just vanished off of reality in the end credits of KH3. Yeah, spoilers. By the way, the game's like several years old, and it's
I don't think we need a spoiler warning for anything past 5 years old.
well, I mean, not only that, but you can complete it in one sitting. I'm not even joking.
Oh
I,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I before the DLC dropped, I literally burned through KH3 in probably 2 days.
Wow.
Well, to
All
be fair,
right.
I wasn't
Well,
running through any. I wasn't doing a like super difficult difficulty. I was just doing the normal difficulty. Um,
sure. Yeah. How dare you?
and just like any other Kingdom Hearts game, I left it in the same way that I left Lightfall, with more questions than I have answers.
Wow, there really is a lot of parallels, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then again, like at least 90% of KH players are used to having more questions than answers, because that's just how Nomura writes.
Yeah.
Um,
See, I don't know too much about Kingdom Hearts, but I know enough to realize that that's very accurate.
yeah. So
And
with
people are very I don't know if tropey's the right word, but like I don't know.
I'd say
Like,
tropish is a pretty solid way to describe it. There's a lot of power of friendship type shit,
yeah.
which it's whatever. Like
Hey, hey,
it's a game catering
more
towards
cliche.
yeah, it's a game more so catering towards children or whatever. But there's still those hardcore Final Fantasy fans that would that were like flipping the hell out when you get to fight Sephiroth in KH2.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Um. So as for why I think KH can scale to Destiny, so the land of like the worlds, the sleeping worlds, right, are worlds that are affected in a sense through imagination, right? As
Okay.
mentioned in certain cutscenes through KH3D or KH3, where you have to run through like 90. Look, dude, KH3 was such a weird mess. Like, not saying that I disliked the game, but Toy Story was literally a world that was split in two. I have no way
I'm
to
gonna have to like
describe how.
I'm gonna have to like look up reference photos of this just because like I'm not totally sure.
If you want a
I'm
good
sure I've
reference,
seen it before, but
if you want a good reference photo, just look up Woody KH3 Let 'Em Cook. Because I'm not even joking. Woody proceeded to roast one of the main antagonists of the game at the end of that world's chapter.
dang, feels bad.
Bro said, "You have no friends." Um. Anyway, I think the way that the power of waking works, where you dive into a world of sleep or just dive into a dreaming area, is akin to entering the ascended plane, which would mean that the because, for example, Sora has such freaking strong willpower and willingness to follow his heart or whatever. He'd
Yeah,
probably be able to make a throne world. There's just one caveat. Um, he's a pansy compared to 90% of the Destiny characters. So his throne world, I estimate, would be something akin to Toland's.
be kind of cringe.
Yeah,
I've been carrying around this freaking baton for like 4 years now.
you gotta look for a chest to slap it into.
Oh, oh, is that what I'm doing?
That's what the antenna does. Yeah, you gotta find a chest
Oh,
to put
I just
the
like
antenna
memeing with
into.
it.
I mean, it is a pretty fun way to shitpost, but yeah, you gotta put it in a chest, and it'll mark it if you're nearby with a kill
With a
patrol
little
icon.
icon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh
All right,
god.
well that makes way more sense. Yeah, don't be following me. That's a bad idea.
I mean, I'm following you just to laugh at you later.
I
Watch
don't
the
even know where I
chest
picked
is.
this thing up.
Where is the chest? Oh, found it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I
How
found
did
the
you?
chest.
Oh, is it that over there?
It's a giant crate with a weird symbol over it. Yeah. Just
Was that
have
always
the
there?
Yeah, pretty much. Just have the air to ground cannon, slap it in there, and yep. Okay, now back up. Kaboom!
Wow,
Chest.
imagine that. Wow, discover all of Neomuna's secret. Triumph completed.
Yep.
Appropriate. Amazing.
Congrats.
Well, shit, man.
You've discovered a way to unlock a secret chest.
Wow. Gosh.
Uh, and I mean, I got other weird stories of power balancing, which could probably blend into the whole. I somehow find myself amongst Discord drama 90% of the time.
Well, maybe that even is something that we can delve into. Is like, I feel like like growing up, there was always like the high school drama and shit.
And now it's just
And
Discord drama.
well, it's like it almost like prevented people from like growing out of it and like turning into like fucking adults sometimes. Because I've talked to some people that are like almost 30 years old, and I'm
Yeah,
just like I don't want to like make myself sound super haughty or anything, but I feel like I am a more mature, stable individual than
bro.
some of the people that I've met on here.
Dude, no, you do not understand. I know, like, one of my friends, Mimic, right? Farlander, he's like 16, 17 years old,
Okay.
and he acts more mature than me. I will admit it. This man is a professional.
I mean, and that's not to say that you're in a bad spot either, because I feel like like I can vibe with you. Like I know that you're not like getting super like you're not like digging your nose into shit where it shouldn't be and all that. Like
Right. And
not trying to fucking
yeah, and I'll
toot
look,
your horn for you,
I will
fucking pull your
look.
dick.
What? Yo, hold
What?
up. Just save those jokes for if we get Zymer in the damn podcast, bro. Damn.
Oh shit.
Anywho,
One of these days. Yeah.
So, most recent Discord drama I got into, man, this is a weird story because well, this will probably come off as weird because I never told you about this story yet, right? This is a new one.
Okay.
This happened yesterday, literally yesterday. All right.
Okay.
So, um, to preface this for the podcast, because I feel like the podcast doesn't know, I chillax in roleplay communities because I like the idea of just writing shit, right? I like stories. I like writing stories. That's why I'm in creative writing. Um,
Yeah.
so my friends find out that one of our other loosely connected buddies made a My Hero Academia server, right?
Okay.
And because my friend's modding it, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll fuck around in this server. I'll see what I can make, right? I
Sure.
make a I make an NPC at first because they have like a weird way of making it to where you have to be active to progress your power, right? It it's not like so. Let me explain this. This in this. I'm not even joking. This singular system in and of itself was the first big complication to the entire friend group. Like the admin buddy that we had was not having a big problem with it because it was the other guy's idea, but he understands that there is a problem with it.
Sure.
So, in order to progress your powers, you have to be active in the server, right? You have to
Okay.
like actively be
Makes
writing
sense.
stories. Yeah, it makes sense. The problem is that it's not like by character milestone that you progress your powers. Every time you complete an activity in the server, whether it's training or interacting with somebody or having a fight against a villain, you get these tokens that you could spend on basically purchasing upgrades
Hmm.
to your powers.
Okay. So they introduced a monetary system
Not
for basically triumphs.
not really monetary system, more like it's more just like it's like it's a token system. So you get activity tokens
Sure.
whenever you complete an activity or whatever. And this is not me ridiculing them, right? Because I still have respect for the two people that like own the server. I don't want to like cut ties because they are very passionate writers, and I understand that they want to maintain balance. Yada yada.
Yep.
Um, my buddies and I at first were super skeptical about this, but I decided, you know what? Just because, like, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna make another character just so I'm forced to interact with the system so that I could really kind of give it a fair shake.
Okay.
And so out of so for some more preface, because there's like 90% of context, 90% of this whole story is context. Um, the server takes place like 20 years after the actual like show when freaking Midoriya is the top hero and shit like that, right? And while I was just kind of doing some digging around in the server to like look at what the lore is, because they only wrote like maybe a singular college paragraph worth of lore.
Those are weak numbers. Weak.
I'm not joking. It was a single college paragraph of lore, or in other words, like 1.5 high school paragraphs worth of lore.
So 7 sentences.
Roughly 7 sentences. Yeah, this is not me taking a dig at them. That's me taking a dig at my buddy who wrote the lore. My friend is the one who wrote the lore for them. Right? He was helping them set up. Hey, LZ, on me, on me.
Okay.
Strand source.
Bless.
You got like
Oh my
four
gosh. I
seconds.
see it.
Get up here
No
fast.
shot.
Get up here fast.
Oh my god.
I
The
tried to
one time
delay it.
I'm not in the center. I'm so pissed right now.
I tried my hardest to delay it, bro. I'm sorry.
I am literally I'm putting myself up here and I'm not moving until it responds.
Honestly, that's fair. Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. Um, so
Oh, that makes me mad.
honestly, rightfully so. What happens
All right.
next was I made a character inspired off of Destiny, right?
Yeah.
And I still have the whole character sheet. They didn't ask for like backstories or like really in-depth personalities, so it wasn't like a severely difficult task to do, right?
Sure.
To fill out the character sheet. But so what happens is I made it to where basically like 90% of the ability that he has is based off of the ghost, or what I called it, the familiar. They feed
Okay.
they feed the character energy. That energy gets transferred to different abilities based on what he's wearing, right? Light armor for Hunter, medium armor for Warlock, heavy armor for Titan. Um,
Okay.
and the big problem, or not really the big problem, the nitpick that the owner had was that he was able to heal, right?
Okay.
Uh, and I said it's a stationary well of healing, which cannot be used effectively inside of combat.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Bro said, yeah, I get that, but
Not in
like,
that universe.
well, dude said, proceeded to say, like, yeah, but most of the time, whenever there's a healing ability, healing is the whole ability, which is where
That's
some,
true. Yeah, it's
well,
like kind of like just one thing. There's not really two. I mean, I am not up to date with my MHA lore. I'm just gonna say that, but like,
yeah,
there's not usually too many, duality of powers in that universe.
well, the weird thing is, right, is that in server, from the looks of it, right, there was a big chunk of miscommunication that happened, like during the whole, what, like the whole exchange. Not saying
Okay.
that um I said stuff or he said stuff, but there was like miscommunication before the whole shit went down. Yeah, you see in the invisible wall too. That's so cursed.
Sorry.
So my friends and I did some digging, right?
Yeah.
And this guy has a character that's literally just the Kaioken from Dragon Ball.
Oh, nice.
But
Just fucking lasers.
well, the thing that set us off on a concerned note, right, was that his character appeared to be either an active inheritor of One for All from Deku, or an inheritor to be, because um, Deku declared him as a apprentice, right, protege or whatever,
Sure.
which had us have alarm bells ringing because One for All enough triggers or makes you multiply your strength already, right? Slap on
Totally.
Kaioken, that's exponential multiply, or that's like exponential strength. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and so
Something is a little fishy.
yeah, things seemed fishy, right? So I just straight up say, okay, look, I out of experience, I'm just gonna head out because I'd rather not argue this.
Gonna get out before the fucking wildfire starts.
Well, yeah, because I'm sitting here being a neutral party, being friends between both of these groups, right?
Totally.
And another writing buddy of mine, Ginger, she's in the same boat, right?
Okay.
Um, so I like DM her. I tell, hey, look, I'm sorry, I can't be in that server. Things are getting shaky, and I like as I leave, right? One of the other, like the co-owner, um, I'm not gonna say the names of these people out of respect for,
Yeah, no, no, no.
yeah. Um, co-owner starts saying like, Scruffy's got a new hater. Like I'd say as a shit post, right?
Yeah.
But my buddies, they think that they're like actively talking shit, so it's more miscommunication on top of miscommunication, right?
Oh boy.
It only gets worse from here. So for shits and gigs, I decided to go to my buddy's server because it's a multiverse server, and you could basically post anything, right?
Okay.
So I reposted the character in there, and I even so the owner of that server is a mod in my buddy's server, right? So I ping him saying like a shit post that he says to me all the time is, you have fallen for the unfortunate odds of being online. Now approve this character. He approves it.
Just using you.
Well, yeah, I'm also a mod in there, so
I guess that's
characters
fair.
usually need like two approvals, right?
Oh, okay.
So he'll approve it once, and then he'll ping me because I'm active or whatever online late at night because I'm not wired
Because
to
reason.
I'm not wired to go to sleep early. I'm gonna be real. Um, what then happens is what happens is he's like, okay, yeah, I'll give it the 2 out of 2. Your character is more balanced in here anyway, and the guy who owns this server, my buddy, says he was
Yep.
balanced in the other server too, and then our more vocal friend, right,
More
comes
vocal.
in,
Okay.
just comes in out of left field saying, "Okay, so he's balanced. So healing is sketchy, but having Kaioken and One for All isn't." And like posts like this goofy image of like MS Paint Umbreon having a Pokeball thrown at it and then the Pokeball shattering for no reason.
What?
I could
What
probably
is
find the
what?
GIF.
What?
I could probably find the GIF, but
What is this man trying to defend?
he's basically trying to say that the owner is biased or whatever, right? Um,
I mean, Lord forbid.
yeah,
But
Lord forbid people are biased in this day and age. Having biases in this day and age? Are you kidding me? I'm canceling you because you like barbecue chips more than sour cream and onion. Um,
man, that ain't right. How dare you
yeah.
say that to me? How dare you say that to my face?
What do you mean? Sour cream and onion is best. Are we really? Okay, whatever. So
Food topic another time.
yeah, food topic another time. Let me copy the link of the GIF and then I'll tell you what I said. Are you good?
I got one.
Nice. Okay. So if you look in shits and gigs in the server, you'll see like that's the exact GIF homie sent.
All right, well, give me 2 seconds. I just want to have fun for 2 seconds. Yeah, Strand.
All right, fair enough.
Strand empowered. Yeah. Heavy tangent. Yeah. All right, let me go look at this GIF.
I wasn't kidding when I said that, right?
I love that it's just like physics based. Just
Yeah.
you have to add that in.
I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to edit in.
No.
So because I want to mediate the sort of shit that hits the fan here, right? I want to mediate the amount of shit that hits the fan. Um that and because I just feel like I'm making myself the catalyst of this whole freaking problem here, right? This little
Yeah,
schism. Um
little
I feel like schism's the right word, right? Or am I just like
little spackle, little debate,
spackle?
little fire, little firefight.
Freaking spackle. Good grief. I say, and I quote, okay?
Okay.
Dear God, I'd rather not waste my time arguing over it because I know the two the two server owners slash mods in particular that I was having trouble with
Yeah.
would make a marathon out of an argument. Calm down. And the guy that owns the server, the MHA server, took it as I was dragging his face, speaking out of malice. I wasn't speaking out of malice. I was speaking out of experience, right?
Just having seen other things hit the fan.
Like I've seen them in a Ben 10 server that they made. I've seen them in a Marvel server that they made. Both times they would have very deep and sometimes argumentative discussions on power balancing or power scaling.
Right.
And um yeah, I'm too lazy for that.
Just don't worry about it until it's actually a problem.
Yeah. And bro bro immediately was just like, "I'm out. I'm leaving the server. You guys can feel free to leave your my server if you want." And this started this whole like chunk of animosity for about an hour of in-text just chatting and monitoring like channels or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, I left the MHA server when they were getting iffy about the ability to heal. For one reason in specific. My buddy who
Which
was
is.
in the staff team had told me that the two owners, right, were
Hmm.
interested in playing more into the this theory in MHA called the quark singularity theory or something like that,
Hmm.
which states that people's powers are going to continue to get more and more strong until people just don't know what the hell to do with them anymore, and somebody accidentally destroys the world or something like that.
So okay, so it's basically kind of like ultimatum theory of just like things are just gonna stack up until they're just absolutely horrid.
Yeah, which bear in mind this is 20 years. The server takes place 20 years after the events of actual MHA, right? So
Yeah,
you'd think Destiny powers aren't too far out of the realm of possibility, having such versatility, right?
sure.
I mean, I didn't give the guy immortality, right? And I also even said if you hit the familiar has to disappear to regenerate. So guess what happens? If the dude was drained of his power already, then he has no power. And if he did have juice, if he did get some juice, then his powers are only finite until the familiar can regenerate and give him more power. Right?
So he's not that overpowered.
He's not. And I'm not even joking. I held back so much when I was making this because I only gave him like the only big stuff that I gave him were class abilities for each class. Rifts, dodges, barricades. I didn't give darkness subclasses. I didn't even give this guy supercharge. Right? I was planning on supercharge being an upgrade he gets later on.
Sure,
Um,
something to make things a little bit spicier when things actually get hard.
yeah. Um, but yeah, no. Apparently healing was just that iffy, right?
Man, how dare you?
I wouldn't say it's a how dare you moment. It's just a I don't know. Like there's there's some people that will want to call it hypocrisy. There's other people that are just calling it, yeah, maybe he was just sketched out. And really, like I had a chat with the guy after all this, shit hit the fan, and it was just him legit being sketched out, right?
Okay.
And so the chat that I had with the guy was what the hell was it? Um, so the owner of the server DMs my buddy that's in staff and says, "Yeah, by the way, after this entrance exam event that we're going to be holding, I'm going to just like demote you."
Huh.
I was already thinking it, but um,
Sure.
and he goes on this sort of spree of either kicking or banning, like friends of friends, right? Because of this drama of like, and it literally like turned out for a moment that it was like being like friend group versus friend group. So I fill in Ginger on all this, right?
Yeah.
And she agreed with me. This was like petty and messed up on both sides, but guess what? Neither side was really doing anything to help their case.
Right. 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 Right.
And so I figured I might as well have apologized to the guy out of like in DMs. So I did that. I went there, apologized to the guy. He's like, "You can't just drag my face and say no offense right after." I was like, "I wasn't dragging your face. I was speaking out of experience." And uh, the co-owner of the MHA server was still in the multiverse server while this happened, right? They
Yeah.
they still actively are in here. Um, so uh, they just reply to what I said and say, "The hell did I do?" I was like, "I just know that discussions with y'all get windy or long-winded, and I'm too lazy. That's it. That's literally it." You see, like that is literally my whole how is it that my laziness catalyzed a whole argument, right?
I just love that this is like a fucking like 25-minute
Rant,
story.
yeah.
Just literally.
I provoked drama by being lazy. Put that as a title.
By doing nothing, by doing not doing anything.
Like, I just straight up like gave my opinion about like how annoying arguing with people is. That's really it. And I told the guy like,
Yeah,
yeah. So I went to the dude in DMs, right? Said, hey, look, I'm sorry if it looks like I dragged you, yada yada. And I said, I'm legit apologizing out of a sake for maintaining professionalism here, because I'll be honest, I was too lazy to actually be like invested in either side of this argument. And
which is totally valid if you don't
yeah,
have the time, and whatever.
it, I literally
Don't be making shit. That's the moral of the story there. Like,
don't start shit. But
and,
like that's the funniest part, right? I had to explain to the guy, maybe there's like miscommunication on both sides, because they took it that you guys apparently were supposedly talking crap about me after I left or whatever, yada yada. And it lets this whole, yeah, it was a mess, dude. It was a mess. Not nearly as messy as like the last major Discord drama, bro. That one was a true mess. Like, oh god.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to know.
You probably
This is like a petty story. I don't know I don't want to know what it looks like when things actually get heated on your side.
I literally no, it wasn't even heated for me. In that last one, I literally had to play detective. I had to grab everyone's side of the story, and then because I knew I couldn't trust the owner to make the right decision, he actively says that too. He doesn't trust himself to make good calls all the time.
Hmm.
So I legit stayed up at till like 2 a.m. making a Google Doc, recording my opinions and my takes about literally everything, so that he can make an
Journalism at its
informed
finest.
decision on the whole thing, right? Because I grabbed everyone's sides of their stories, I grabbed screenshots from everybody, right?
Yeah.
And then I just posted it to dude's DMs and woke up the next day, and it seems like he had made the right call. And the funniest part is the admin in question during that entire debacle itself, in and of itself, she left before I could post my document. So I had like right after I realized she
I
left,
think I have heard this story then. I was like,
yes,
this is a lot more detailed, but I feel like I've heard this story before, and I think I heard about this part
yeah. So I
where the main chick just like
leaves,
dips before. Yeah.
and then I had to like make a secondary DM to this guy, just saying like, by the way, she did not know I was writing this document, so don't think that that's the reason why she left.
Right. But then people are going to be like, because no one trusts anyone.
Well, that's the thing. I only DM'd it to the owner. I didn't tell anyone I was making this document, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's the thing. I get into a lot of Discord drama on accident, just because I just happen to find myself associating or running into communities that get into drama. Long
I feel
story
like
short,
D&D is susceptible more than other things into getting into drama.
don't even get me
And you can
started on
maybe
that.
speak into this.
No,
What's
I
that?
don't get me started on this, bro.
But would you agree with that? Like, as far as like other communities, like even like, things that we would normally think toxic, like Modern Warfare, like COD lobbies, like,
Um,
we consider that toxic, but it's very temporarily versus something like D&D or something like, a longer strung thing, much
um,
more thought out that can have deeper rooted, like more long lasting toxicity.
in my opinion, I think it really depends more on the people, right? If
Sure.
they're impulsive people, it leads to them being more openly willing to like throw out friendships or whatever, right? Because of something they feel is right or in their heads is right, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I've had to deal with drama in a D&D group. Twice actually, twice. I've had to deal with drama that in a D&D group. So both times it
Well,
involved
I mean
Owl.
that's I was gonna say that. Well, wasn't that last story just like entirely just
That
all based around stuff like that?
true, but when it comes to a D&D group, it's a bit different because a lot of us we're all friends here, right?
Sure.
In this group, it gets a bit deeper because we all consider each other friends and whatnot. Um, so I've had to play middleman with Owl and a I don't want to say abrasive personality, but our buddy Dusk has a way of sometimes making assholey jokes. Okay, that's the blunt way
You
of
really just
putting it.
calling everyone out.
No. That's he's openly willing to accept. Sometimes he makes jokes that make him sound like an asshole.
Okay, fair enough. I just, I just wanted to think about that for a second. I was like, we're name dropping some people a lot.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Owl is kind of
Oh,
like at the moment they're working on making amends with their recent little thing right now because
okay.
a lot 90% of it was miscommunication. Okay, that's just how it is. Even
Yeah.
which is weird because D&D with these two usually happens over voice call. Miscommunication is a bit funky, but whatever, right? That aside, I ended up having to mitigate between these two in a much more petty and much more stupid literally waste of my energy type of scenario, right?
Mm,
So
okay.
these two are already starting to grind each other's gears for a while, right? Um, Dusk has a habit of wanting to play optimally in games, right?
Okay.
Want to min max and whatnot. So we've been playing in this Minecraft server where I'm basically the moron that goes out and grabs resources from like really deep caves. Our buddy Mimic is the decorator and does like really nice looking builds. Um, Dusk tries to organize shit, and Owl is a fellow moron that goes out to just kind of look at things.
Okay.
Um, Owl was in need of food, so he starts killing the cattle. Dusk was screaming at this guy for I don't really know what reason. Because
Okay.
we literally had an underground room full of cows, right?
Things that only happen in Minecraft.
Yeah. So this literally because they were already grinding each other's gears in like D&D or whatever on the side, this almost led to like a whole ass argument, right?
Okay.
But me like I literally yelled, I shouted like if I was this was back when I had my old headset, so I wasn't able to peak my mic as easily. But
Okay.
I literally screamed at these two that it's fucking pixels.
Like, just gotta cool it
Yeah,
because yeah, just playing a game, just playing a game.
yeah. And so Mimic, this man, this freaking godsend, right?
Yeah.
Just says in the calmest voice ever, I'm 16 years old and I act with more maturity than the both of you. The calmest voice ever. Imagine that.
just just pure serenity. Man has reached fucking what do they
Nirvana.
call it? Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say finality. I was like, that ain't right.
And I'm just sitting here just like, damn, damn.
man, man be spitting facts though.
Yeah, no, so that kind of just got them both to shut up and pipe down.
Oh my gosh.
And I think no, I think what happened was I screamed at them. They still seemed to be griping at each other. And then what happened was, yeah, I wrote this stupid like I grabbed a book and quill in the game. I'm not even joking with you. I grabbed a book and quill in the game. Told, wrote a letter to Mimic saying, "Yo, I said I'm not dealing with these two morons anymore."
Okay.
And then I left it at his chest for him to like get back at his house. Like once he logs back on, he'll see it, right? and then he
Yeah.
hits them with that. Like
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
joking. I had like a Gordon Ramsay level just tirade in that text, in that freaking book and quill, bro.
Seems like you do pretty well with writing out your gripes and such.
Yeah,
Like you log that shit.
yeah. Well, I like to try writing in a professional manner because I intend to do it for a living. Unless we get famous on a podcast, then you know what? Well, I'll just work on my speaking.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, hey, that's great because that's one of those parallels of like, even though it's like our the professional thing that like the quote unquote real world
Yeah,
that you're able to do, it's still it's still applicable when we're just chilling, hanging out, like
yeah.
gaming or raging in that sense. Like like I still use what I know as an audio tech
To
while I'm doing this stuff.
yeah
Like
to do recordings and stuff. Yeah,
listening critically, figuring out how to like, set up streams and, recordings and editing and all that sort of stuff. It's like, it's still applicable. It's like somehow I've made it applicable. And, for you, even though it looks like it's not as close, it's still applicable.
yeah. I mean, the difference
Man, that was,
there's a bit of a weird difference, but translation of
well,
skills. It's like how you go from Skate 3 to Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
just got curious of the falling star.
I mean, well, that's unfortunate because it's not an ARC season right now.
Hey man, don't make me sad, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, by the way, Lost Sector is leg day.
Ooh. And once again, we are back to Destiny.
There's just one problem.
Wait, what's the problem?
Power level's 1830.
Oh. Oh, that's right. For Legend Lost Sector, everything went up. And I am
Yeah.
still at what? 1778?
Wait, where the heck is the bar?
Oh, pain. What bar?
The bar in Zephyr Concourse. Is it? Oh, I know where it is.
It's over by the Vex stuff.
Yeah, because it just said
Man.
in the side thing, thirsty patrons swarmed the bar.
Oh, what? That's cool. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you bitch.
And then Voodoo over here is already protecting the bar with his life. Truly the greatest bartender.
Get this man a shaker. Oh man, I think if I cut some of the time out, we'll be right around an hour, just because like I'm looking over at my recording time. It's about an hour and a half. But
Oh shit.
I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts on any of this? Like,
I
I know we kind of like ran around the block on a couple different things.
Yeah, we probably want to come up with a more defined topic stuff, or
Yes,
maybe
this is more just us trying to figure out like the long form stuff. So
yeah, we're gonna have to like either figure out how to stick to a certain topic, or make segments where you could like tell stories or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be wanting to tell goofy ass stories.
oh yeah, I mean, well you have a million stories. I feel like I'm not as eloquent with that, but yeah,
That's
like,
fair.
I know we're gonna have a couple real hot stories from some of the shit that we're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I did literally write during this, and maybe we use this, maybe we don't. But like raging at games, I want to make a topic.
Oh, brother.
Just because like
we could
that's
write.
always been a hot thing for gaming, but like I feel like more people are accustomed to that lately.
Bro, we could tell
So
so
maybe we
many
talk about
stories solely on just Saint, Doug, and Gaz.
Yeah, so maybe that's like a good time that we bring on like a couple guests of like the people that we know, like we've raged with, or have just
Have made us rage or whatever. Yeah.
or we've made them rage.
Yeah. That I think that would be a perfect. That would be perfect. Just bring on.
Stay tuned to episode 2 for that.
Oh my god,
Oh my
spring
gosh. But
break
yeah, no.
episode.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah, this is episode 1, Terminally Online Podcast. Let us know if you have any other topic ideas or anything you guys want us to talk about, because Lord knows that we're gonna need some we're gonna need some ideas. But I think this is going good. I think this is gonna be cool to just share our thoughts and ideas and just do a bunch of fuck shit while we're recording. So
Yep.
also let us know what games you want us to play in the background, because Destiny will not be the only thing that we play in the background. This is just very, obviously it's something that we play a lot, but also we, we realize that, especially if we're talking about specific topics, a different game may also prove itself pretty vital.
And before they're
So,
gonna tell you to play like Monster Legends or something in the background.
oh my gosh. Okay, within reason. Please do not make us play Warzone. That's all I ask.
I literally don't buy Activision games. Please don't make me buy an Activision game.
Don't make me download 80 gigabytes of Warzone.
I'll have to put it on my external hard drive, and that does not work. I've tried it with Destiny.
Oh my gosh. All right. I think I'm done. Any
Yeah.
last words?
To make a reference to TDT, bless your faces and deuces.
All right. Goodbye.